Well, let's bring in Francis Warren.
The handsome one in the middle.
I was hoping you were going to take over my job, mate.
How are we, Francis? What did you make of it up there?
It's all quite quite respectful, and I just think a little bit of needle, obviously, with Mr. Heredia. He's quite a character, isn't he? So it's a great card tomorrow night, and it's fantastic to see big time boxing back in Liverpool.
There was a big ovation, certainly for Nick Ball at the end, but also for Jack Rafferty. Of course, he's closer to here. He's taken on your man Henry Turner. What did you make of that?
Listen, Jack, like Henry, they're both really, they've both worked their backsides off. Like Henry said, since he was been in the gym since the age of 8, and Jack's a similar age. So they both fully deserve their opportunities to shine on the big stage tomorrow. And obviously they're both going to.
Gets you going, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I'm sitting there doing this.
That's what I was
trying to keep it as professional as possible. But listen, Jack Rafferty is a great fighter. I've got ultimate respect for him, and as I know, Alan and Henry have also as well. I'm sure Sam will confirm that that Henry's left no stone unturned in his preparation for this fight, because it is the biggest fight of Henry Turner's career. Likewise, though, Jack Rafferty and Steve Mallett and the team will be feeling exactly the same about Henry, and it really is. It's the two best guys in the country tomorrow fighting for the British prize in British boxing, at least.
And there's that WBC belt on the line as well, which Henry brings to the table. So the winner walks away with 3 belts. What does that do, sort of ranking-wise as well? What happens?
Well, obviously that WBC international silver, as Sam, will tell you, it just unlocks a few doors on the international scene and gets you that international experience. So that sort of keeps your ranking ticking along. But in terms of winning the British and Commonwealth titles, having both of those really does open some doors. Gets you high rankings with the majority of the governing bodies, but also puts you in good position for negotiations in terms of for your next fights, for your purses and things like that. So it really does put you closer to the top table than you would have been if you haven't got those belts. Sam's worked very hard to win those belts, and I don't think you've defended the British yet. It's just good to have it in your locker to make sure that when that knock does come for a mandatory shot, you're in a good position both financially and confidence-wise, skill set-wise, that you've been there, you've done it on a big stage, and if it does have to go the distance, also that you've got that in your locker as well. Championship, there's 12 round fights at championship levels. Again, I keep relating back to Sam because he's followed Henry's sort of following.
I'm just here, that's what it is. That's why I'm just
quite similar. Henry's following quite a similar. Sort of career path that Sam has done.
Great manager, that's what it is.
Obviously.
Leading on from that, I just think where they're both good level fighters, and obviously Jack Rafferty's 23-0 as well. I think that's going to mean that little bit more than Henry and make it that little bit bigger as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Because as you said, it is a 50-50, but obviously Henry Turner's going to win.
Yeah, well, you made that pretty clear. I was hyping out. It's a 50-50 fight. You can't pick him. He was like, no, I can pick him. Henry Turner's going to win.
I can, mate. I can.
Why does he win, Sam? By the way,
he's too fast. He's too skillful, mate. He's too tough.
Cutting a promo for him.
I'm Team Henry, mate.
For me, if Henry comes out and boxes to his full capabilities and wins this first 4 or 5 rounds, I think it'd be a good night at the office for him. But Jack Rafferty's got everything in his locker to come and make it awkward and tough and an honourable fight. But I think Henry's just too fast and too slick for him. And the shape he's in, I've never seen anything like it.
How do you like that, Dave?
I've never seen Henry Turner so looking so well and so fresh on weighing
confidence he is.
And he's played a few mind games there. He was sitting over there in his big coat, making it look like he was cold and all the rest of it, and then he whips it off and he looks like He-Man. So absolutely full of confidence and full of beans for Henry Turner tomorrow night, and a big W for the iBox gym.
Oh, okay. Speaking of iBox gym, well, listen. What about Sam? What's going on? We've seen another brilliant win. The knockout streak is back. It's going. Since I've got you both here, what's the kind of ideal plan?
I'm actually going to retire and take up punditry, I think, because that's what I'm doing that quite a bit nowadays. I'm coming for your job. Can't get you in the ring, so I'm coming for your mic, mate.
We're looking at December. That's the schedule. Probably defence of the European, unless anyone fancies stepping up for the British, Mr. Josh Padley. Anyone fancy that? But Josh had a great win against Mark Chamberlain, and I think we tried to make that fight with Josh a few years. Well, 18 months ago, didn't we? Yeah. So that'll be a good defence to British and Commonwealth and European. And if that doesn't come about, then there is a European mandatory just round the corner, so we might just get that one out of the way.
As long as we're active, Dev, that's the main thing. Big 2025.
That's the plan. Final word from you, Francis, just on Nick Ball. Great to be back in Liverpool, bringing World Championship boxing back here. The roof nearly came off here when he got up onto the stage. It's a good fight. He's a hell of a fighter.
I think Nick Ball was one of those guys that's just sort of only recently started getting the plaudits he deserves. It was against Isaac Lowe, wasn't it, that everyone sort of turned around and went, wow, this guy can really whack, this guy can really fight. But he showed against in Saudi that he can box as well, and he can also overcome a couple of tricky rounds. So I think Rios will prove his toughest test yet. May cause him some problems, but I think Nick Ball's got all the beating of him.